Way back when I was like 17, I think. I worked at a Toys R Us store. This was back when they were pretty popular and not going out of business yet. It was a typical store, and I had gotten the job because my mom's friend was the manager. When I worked there, it was pretty nice. We usually weren't that busy unless it was a weekend, and I mostly just worked as a cashier. But one time when I was working, something really creepy happened. It was early in my shift, and things were pretty quiet. I was the only cashier that was open at the time, and I think we had 2 other people working. I'm not sure exactly where they were, probably in the back organizing things or stocking a shelf. Things would often be very quiet earlier in the day, but then would get busy in the afternoon. On this day, I recall a customer came in the store and started to shop. It was a man, and he quickly went out of my sight, but not long after this, I saw him approaching and I thought he was maybe going to check out. But instead, he came up to me and asked me where the Hot Wheels were. I tried telling him the aisle, but he asked if I could just show him. I didn't really want to leave the check lanes unoccupied, but because not that many people were there, I did. I walked over and showed the man where they were, but when we got there, he started asking me more questions. I answered a few, but I soon told him that I really had to get back to the registers because nobody else was there. Then I walked back. I didn't quite know where my coworkers were, but I let the man know that there should be somebody else he can ask for help. I got back to the registers, and thankfully nobody was waiting or anything. Some time went by, and I noticed just a few people shopping from what parts of the store that I could see. After maybe 10 or 15 minutes, this one woman came up to me. She told me that some guy had been following her around the store. When she described him, I realized that it was the same man that I had talked to. Apparently, he had been closely following her, and when she asked him to leave her alone, he did not. This continued until the woman threatened to call the police, and apparently he finally backed off. She told me that she had just called the police and she wanted to let me know. The woman then waited with me until the police arrived, and in that time, I remember noticing the man quickly walking out of the store. Not long after, the police got there. They spoke with me and the woman, and then they left because the man did. I thought they were going to look around for him. After that, things pretty much went back to normal. Soon, things got busier, and another coworker joined me at the check lanes. I was kept pretty busy until several hours later, before close. When it was nighttime, things got really quiet again. Once more, it went back to me being the only cashier and the store being very calm. I had some downtime where I was just waiting for people to check out. It was during this time that I noticed the man from earlier entering the store. I could not believe it. I wasn't sure if I should call the police right then and there or what, but instantly the man started walking in my direction. Surprisingly, he came right up to me and then asked me how much longer I had until I was off. I didn't really know what to do. I told the man I was working until close. He then started asking me a few more things, but the next thing I knew, I remember a coworker started to approach. When the man saw her, he just ran away and went farther into the store into a random aisle. I guess she had been there before when he had been stalking the other woman. After seeing him, my coworker started to chase after the guy. I then called the police and reported him for being back in the store. My coworker came back a short time later, asking me if the man had left. He had not, so we assumed that he was hiding someplace inside the store. The police got there quickly, and we told them that we thought the guy was hiding someplace. They looked around, and were able to find him within probably 10 minutes. He had in fact been hiding in the store. He ended up getting banned from the Toys R Us. That was by far the craziest thing that ever happened when I worked there.